I'm Lana, and I'm the co-founder of Collab, and we're a training and consultancy company for entrepreneurs who are transforming their businesses into movements. And for today, I would like to share with you a very personal and also perhaps it would also be personal for you. In October 2017, the online world, was rocked by a very powerful movement. Started in 2006 by Tarana Burke. This hashtag went viral. I can see a lot of heads nodding. And with millions of women chiming in with hashtag #MeToo. Who among you women did the same? Yes, there's quite a lot of us. You probably notice it in social media. You know, family members coming out, friends, colleagues. There's just so much that happened merely because of the use of a hashtag. And there's still a lot of things happening even after. So the aftermath of the Me Too movement really propelled a lot of initiatives. I can still recall in that famous speech about it's the time's up, you know, finally we are doing something. And like probably many of you who chimed in on the Me Too, you got enraged, because I did. You know, I got enraged, I shared my thoughts. Eleonora, my business partner, we've had deep conversations about how this simple, very simple, yet powerful hashtag has rocked the lives of women and men. And social media has made that possible. You know, social media has made it possible for us to steer conversations that was before a taboo. We never talked about sexual abuse. We never talked about being groped. We never talked about our experiences with other men or other women. It was something that was just not talked about at all. And yet, when this Me Too campaign happened, it didn't die down. You know? Every day you hear about one woman chiming in, telling her story, another one. And it grew, not just in the United States, not just here in the Netherlands, but it grew worldwide. And with how? Through a touch of the phone, by sharing on your phone, by sharing in social media. And this, you know, I see is the power of social media. And I remember as a child how different it is. I grew up in the Philippines, and for those who probably have an idea of the Philippine history, in 1985, there was a crucial period in our history. And I can still remember, I was 9 and huddled in our living room. I was watching on TV together with my mom, my brother, who's a year older, and my grandma. All 4 of us were just watching on TV, and we were watching history happen in the Philippines. That was the EDSA revolution, where hundreds of Filipinos, nuns, priests went to the streets to just topple a dictatorship that has been there for 21 years. I didn't know that at that time, you know, 9. I was just like, why are they so fascinated with this? Why isn't there any other things in TV, you know? It's just the things that you see. But I saw how my mom, my grandma, how they were so affected by what they were seeing. There were tears in their eyes when finally the dictator fled. There were cheers in the streets, people wearing yellow, and there was just so much things going on. For a 9-year-old, you wouldn't see or think of such an implication. But that was a movement rising. And as an adult, I am so proud, so proud to know that that was part of our history. That there was a bloodless revolution that happened. It pains me to know that the current administration in the Philippines is shrugging it off. And that a lot of young millennials do not see the same thing as I do when it comes to this revolution. And this, is a movement that has happened 1985, how many decades ago? And during that time, we can only see those through what? Newspapers, TV, radios. But now it's a different generation. Now movements are steering and firing up just by a click of a button. And just by your phone, just by reading, looking at Facebook, looking at what is posted in Instagram. And this, I would say, is where social media should be. Social media should be a platform where movements are being raised, where steering changes needs to be followed. And this is where, I would think of, this is such a big luxury for us to be able to connect with each other, to be able to know what's going on, and to be able to touch lives. And this probably is the biggest question that I would like to ask you. When you post, when you share something, how are you contributing to a change? How are you contributing to a shift? How are you steering a movement? And they say movement comes in 4 different stages. One is, you have a situation where you begin to question things, like what happened with the Me Too campaign. And then you mobilize your resources. And then you look for solutions. And then lastly, a movement is accepted when the status quo is changed. So when you post, I would like to invite those of you who are here to think about it. When you click on send, like, or a picture, think about it first and really check in with yourself. What change am I steering by liking this post, by sharing this post? What movement am I embracing, am I sharing by sharing this information with others? Because the Me Too campaign, if probably for those who have really talked about it, there was quite a lot of backlash with it. It was not just a simple thing, because there was collective grief and anger that happened. So the next time that you post, my invitation is to think about it. What is the collective feeling that you would want to steer? What is the movement that you are trying to change? And with that, thank you very much for listening.